NSJT. No secrets, just truth. Jezreel Emil Kavan. I stand at the birthplace of faith. I stand at the doorway of the created mind and the created soul. I stand in the limbo of life and death and proclaim that all I have done is because I love him. In the war over hearts and minds, I battle to cling to the hope and the glory and the fullness of him. There is no greater star that guides us than the North Star. The star of righteousness, the star of hope, the star of love, the star of faith. I walk this journey because I believe in fate. I believe in destiny. I believe in hope. I wither not away like the dead things among the earth, but I'm reincarnated into the living. I am reborn by the hopes of the day. Every time the dawn rises, I see the presence of the Almighty. Every time I open my eyes, I see the brigades of angels moving forward into the light. I follow the footprints of my Father, who has called us all to do great works. To do great deeds. To be more than human. To be more than man and woman. He has called us to allow the beauty of our souls and the beauty of our hearts and minds to transform the world around us. He has asked us to have faith in him, have faith in his love, have faith in his words. For in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. He asks us not to fear the tribulations that will come, not to fear our own enemies. He has asked us to believe that no weapon formed shall prosper. And when they ask me why I stand, I say because I love him. I love him for everything he has done for me. I love him for everything that he has given me and granted me. I am able to stand, so I do so. I am able to walk, so I continue to walk forward. I am able to speak, therefore I continue to speak. I raise my voice so that the voiceless know that I am speaking for them. I stand in the valley of the motherless and the fatherless because I know how it feels to have neither one. I know how it feels to be the last one. I know how it feels to be an outcast. I know how it feels to be picked on. I know how it feels to feel like there is no one in the world that loves you. But I surely tell you today, the Father, the Master, loves you with all his heart and all his soul, that he has created this splendor for us to be amazed by the gifts by which he has given us. With each and every day that we eat, that we sleep, that we breathe, we must believe that this world would not have never existed if he did not move over upon it. Divided the skies and created the oceans and created the land and the livestock and the trees that bear good fruit. If he did not create man himself and woman herself, we have to go way back into the generations of Adam and the generations of Eve. Remember our mother and father, for they are our descendants. They are the beginning and the end. We must live lives based on what is true. We must live lives based on faith, based on hope, based on love. We must not look at the tyranny that man has created and blame God. For it is our doing that has brought such evil into our lives, that has brought such darkness into our world. We cannot and we should not blame God for the acts of man. For man has chosen to take a cold heart instead of a warm place of comfort in the arms of God. But I am who I am because I love him. I move the way I move because I love him. I rise and I fall because I love him. I will continue to strive to the higher heights of heaven, climbing each cloud until I reach the ceiling of heaven. I will always draw upon the inspiration of hope, the inspiration of love, because he has taught me love. When I could barely love myself, when I could barely look in the mirror and understand who I was, when I thought I was nothing, when I thought I was worthless, when I thought that every deed that I did made no sense, felt like I was fighting the tides of a raging storm. He came to me. He comforted me. He sat with me. He prayed with me. And because he has done all those things that every man and woman and child hope for and desires after, I love him. I begin the slow march to destiny because he has reinvigorated me from what I used to be. He has taught me how to pray. He has taught me how to speak. He has taught me how to love. He has taught me how to listen. I love him. I love him more than I love myself. because I would not be here without him. I would not be able to raise my voice and speak to the world without him. I would not be able to see the glimmer of hope in the rising dawn if it was not for him. Because I love him, things in my life has changed. I'm a stronger man. I'm a bolder man. I have courage to be more than a man. As Martin Luther King said, that no man is an island of his own. I believe in those words. I look beyond where I am, back to the ancestors and the forefathers who broke their backs to get me here, to this place of humbleness, to this oasis of technology and the transformation of a society. I understand my role and what I must and can do. I suffer from no delusions, or no, see no illusions of what is to come. I know the road will become harder and harder for me to move forward in this day and age. I know that the wilderness is growing and creeping all around me, that the darkness is coming, but I understand that inside me is pure light. Because I love him, he has given me a light of my own to shine in the darkness. He has set me up upon a hill and says, be a lighthouse. Let all those see the faith and love inside of you so that they may begin to change. Maybe they will love me. I know that many will tell you to fear the power of God, but those days are long behind us. It is time for us to love thy God with all our heart. It's time for us to rejoin the world and remind them that we are a people of God. To remind them that our hearts and our souls belong to God. It's time for us to defeat our enemy. The one that roams in the darkness of our shadows, that tread upon our heels. It is time for us to make sure that he hunts no more, that he claim no more lives than he have already claimed, that he does not rip us apart from each other, because we are brothers and sisters in the kingdom of God. We are a family. We belong to each other. We should be able to find comfort in each other. I say this because I love him. And I know that if he created more than just me, then it is my duty and it is my job to love each and every person I meet. It is my job to stand firm and fight the injustices of our social society, to fight the injustices of our own minds, to free our burdens, so that we may climb the highest mountaintops and sing the song of freedom, so that we can begin to turn back the tide of the storm that rages against us now. I believe in you. I believe in him. My God is a merciful God. My Father is a merciful Father. My Father is a great and wise King over a kingdom that spans beyond the eyes can see. For the kingdom of God is inside us and all around us. All we have to do is believe. All we have to do is conceive the dream that we want to mold and bring it to life. He has given us that ability to be able to breathe life into our dreams. He has given us the ability to transform the world around us. And because I love him, I'm willing to sacrifice my life to prove that it is possible to create something more powerful than a delusion. To create something more powerful than an illusion of power. But to prove that there is a solid power that moves us all. I come before you because it is my time. It is my time that I begin to walk the walk and talk the talk. It is my time to begin to show and prove what he has asked me to show. That he is a merciful God. That he is a loving God. That he has not grown silent, but he has been speaking ever more clearly to the minds of those who dwell in the house of the Lord. It is time for us to stand up for each other, stand up for ourselves. It's time for us to look in that mirror and say that we are beautiful because he has created us to be beautiful. Because I love him, I desire nothing else but him. Because I love him, I want for nothing more than the comfort of his embrace. I am strengthened each day because he has given me the ability to stand on 2 feet. The ability with 2 hands to hold the promise of his word. Let those who see, see. Let those who hear, hear. Now is the time for the battle to begin. Choose your side. We must begin somewhere, some point. Why not now? Because I love him, I deliver this message unto you. Because I love him, I begin to reach out to the world, hoping that you would understand that now is the time for us to do what we must do. Change the world. Inspire one so that we may be able to inspire many. Sow the seeds of hope and faith so that we may be able to eat the fruit of the trees of our power, of our hope, of our dreams, so that others may be fed. Because I love him, I stand with you. Because I love him, I shall not fade into the distance. Because I love him, I am more than a man.